Umama from Saudi Arabia sent us an email saying that my husband has his own house where his parents and sisters stay, and an empty land and several flats which he has rented. Kindly advise and explain in which property does he needs to pay zakat. We've stated this before, and we've said that zakat is dependent on the category that it should be paid. So you have 4 categories that you have to pay zakat for. If you understand them, if you believe them, then you inshallah would not need to ask questions about zakat in the future. The 4 categories that scholars say are as follows: gold and silver. Gold and silver and whatever falls under this category, such as currency, euros, dollars, etc., you have to pay zakah for that. The second category is whatever comes out of the ground in forms of vegetation that can be weighed. So in this and can be stored as well. So we have dates, we have raisins, that we have wheat, we have cereals. All of these can be weighed or can be contained and can be stored. You have zakah for this. The third category is the cattle, camels, cows, sheep, and the likes, if they feed on an open prairie. So you have to pay zakah as well. And the last and fourth category is things that are displayed for sale. So things that you buy and sell, goods, then you have to pay zakah for them. These are the 4 things, 4 categories. So if a person says, okay, I have a car, do I have to pay zakah? I would look into these 4 categories. It's not money, and it's not cattle, and it's not vegetation or something that comes from the ground, plants or whatever, and it's not something for sale. So no, I don't have to pay zakah. Do I have to pay zakah on my clothes? Same thing. My watch, my pen, my house, my furniture, the same thing. So we go to Umama's question. Her husband has his own house. Does he pay zakah? If we look at the 4 categories, we say, no, we don't. Okay, he has an empty land. Let's look at this empty land. Why does he have an empty land? If she says that, well, he buys lands and he sells them, and he makes like 5% profit on each land he buys and sells, and he keeps on doing this 6-7 times a year. And in this case, it falls under the 4th category, which are items displayed for sale, goods. So yes, he has to pay zakah. But if she says, no, he bought it like 5-10 years ago, and it was a good deal, and he does not know, maybe he's going to build a house, maybe he's going to keep it so that his or our children would inherit it, he doesn't know what to do with it. And in this case, there is no zakah for that, because it does not fall under the 4th category. She says that he has several flats, and he rents these apartments. If I have something that is for rent, there is no zakah, because it's not one of the 4 categories. This means that I could have a company, or I can own myself 4 or 5 buildings, and I'm renting these buildings, leasing them, and I'm getting money. And these 5 buildings cost €1,000,000. So do I have to pay zakah for €1,000,000? The answer is no, because it is neither money, it is not cattle, it is not something that's coming from the ground, and it is not something that is for sale. It is for rent. But when I get the rent and a whole year passes on this rent, then I have to give zakat for it, 2.5% of what I have. Imagine I spent all the money and a whole year did not pass. There is no zakah. Imagine I have 100 cars and I'm renting these cars on daily basis. And whenever I get the revenue and whenever I get money from such rentals, I pay back the installments to the company. So maybe I'm generating 100,000 or 500,000 euros a year, but I'm not keeping a single penny. Do I have to give zakat? The answer is no, because what comes goes and you don't have any savings. So if you understand this, these four categories, and you know what falls under them, you, inshallah, would not need to ask this question again.